Testing one two three. Testing one two three. How to be a neat live. Testing one two three. What's going on in here? Can anybody hear me? Is anybody? Hold on, let me adjust this shit a little bit. Oh, okay. Is that all right? Oh, this shit look kind of weird to me. Boop. Mm-mm. Okay, look all right. Hello, people. Welcome to How to Be a Neat Live. I am your host, Chad Marco. Now, I don't want this to be a regular thing, but seeing as how I've managed to cling on to the neat life for a little bit longer, I say, you know what? Let me go ahead and milk the How to Be a Neat series a little bit while edit. So here we are with How to Be a Neat Live. Let's hope we don't get too many of these. It's funny, but I had just applied for another job. It was one of those Amazon work from home calls. I guess one of the type of jobs where you picking up the phone or calling, you know, angry customers calling you, cuss you out and shit like that. One of those jobs, customer service, and I got soundly rejected. And so I was like, well, back to the grind. Oh man, but I think in a way, Oh, can you guys hear me? Zanakin is over. Can you hear me? Got to make sure everything is working. I won't be sitting here rambling, and then the equipment isn't working. Let me make sure. Testing. Okay, you can hear. Okay. Did you get it? No, I didn't get. I didn't even get to that point. You fill out the resume. I mean, you fill out the application. You send in a resume full of lies, and then you do like some type of test. That I'm not really surprised though. I'm pretty sure those type of jobs are in high demand. A lot of people just want to chill out at home and don't want to have to deal with the stresses of a work environment. But that's definitely at the top of my list. Some type of work from home call center type job or something like that. Because probably the worst thing about working is dealing with other people in real life. I wouldn't mind dealing with angry customers over a phone, but it seemed like even in basic job environments like retail, I see drama. I see all kind of like little dramas and disputes and bullshit that people deal with, and it seems a little hectic, especially fast food. God, I'd rather be out working in the fields with the Mexicans than to work fast food. Fast food just look like pure hell, especially for somebody like myself. But yeah, that didn't work out. But I think looking for a job and asking out girls is kind of similar. It has like this similar feeling of futility. Maybe because I'm not like I don't have a lot of marketable skills, so I guess but then that's kind of like dating, except with dating is like you don't have money or genetics. You're not tall, big dick motherfuckers. So, but it's kind of similar in that it's this feeling of like I, I'm not gonna say hopelessness, but it's like the odds are against you. I got so lucky with my last job because it was pretty much just lined up for me because my sister was already in there. But I don't think I don't think I'm gonna get so lucky this time. I'm gonna have to find a way for myself. It's also similar in that it gets easier after doing like 5 interviews in a row. It's demoralizing as fuck. but I'm not like mad about it. Don't get me wrong. Mentally, I'm a lot stronger than when I was in my mid 20s looking for jobs. But definitely, because just in case people don't know, when I was during my hardcore neat days, it wasn't that I was against having a job. I looked for jobs, but nothing just panned out, and it was like I would get an interview, but then get rejected after that. And then I remember one place was like I had to have on a certain like kind of shoes. Like they wouldn't allow you to wear like sneakers and shit. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? It was just like stuff like that. Is just like it's terrible for someone like myself who's like kind of a. The reality is I'm kind of a non-conformist, and so when you go to these places and they're like, you got to dress this way and you got to look this way, and it's hard for me to get through that barrier because I pride myself so much on being myself and marching to the beat of my own drum. And work environments like that, they beat that individuality out of you. Like that same individuality is the same shit that filters you out. And that's that's what hurt the most. That's what hurt the most. And I think that's why I've always been so gung ho about trying to forge my own way in the world through becoming a content creator. But at the same time, I understand that it's important to have a regular job with dependable income alongside going for my musical content creating goals at podcasting, etc. So I don't feel bad about it at all, though. I feel like I'm just in a different mode right now mentally. I'm in a I'm in a very mentally resilient mode right now, and so yeah, I'm not really tripping over it. It was just um, in a way just the fact that I went through that whole process to get the rejection. It's like okay, I'm in there now. Now let's go for the next one. So it's like I'm approaching it with the right mindset. So we're gonna try again going into the next week looking for something else. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm in there. My head is in the game. But while I'm a neat, I'm definitely going to enjoy it. And that's why I wanted to do a little how to be a neat live. But I didn't get up here just to shoot the shit. I kind of did, but I have a specific purpose. There's a title for this episode, obviously, this live stream, and it's structuring your day. And January was amazing for me because never in my life have I ever been so consistent and focused as far as like working on my music, my various social media endeavors, content creating. If you look at how many videos I put out in January versus like all of 2022, like I don't think any month in 2022 was as productive as this January. And that's why I wanted to talk about um this in particular as far as like structuring your day, because I feel like I finally got a good system worked out after all these years. This has been a great milestone for me. But if you guys don't know, I've always struggled with procrastination, laziness, general lack of focus. That's always been one of my biggest weaknesses. And it's not that I'm incapable of doing those things. It's not that I'm incapable of focusing and working hard and getting shit done. I always had an issue with consistency. You know, I would do good for a day or two, and then I kind of just tend to fall back into my lazy, old ways, bad habits, etc., etc. And so this has always been a big struggle for me, staying consistent. And this past January was like amazing as far as like my consistency. I got so much done, and I wanted to share like how I was able to do that, um, and yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And so I want to start with like right when I quit my job due to, you know, again, the disrespect, not paying us on time, not paying us all our money, etc. So after I quit my job, I quickly fell back into the old neat ways, right? And to be fair, when I was working, again, it was a part-time job. It wasn't very demanding or anything like that. So my lifestyle really didn't change that much because I was working about three, maybe at the most 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. And the work environment was very relaxed. You show up, dress how you want to, headphones on, just cleaning up. I know when I was working at the community centers, like I had the keys to the doors, so I'm the first one in there. by myself a lot of times. So it was just very laid back, very relaxed. But still, having a part time job provided me with a certain level of structure in my life, and I wasn't as free and loose as I am now or before I had the job. But again, it wasn't that bad. It was like perfectly balanced in my opinion because it was worth it because of the money. But yeah, after I quit, I fell back into junk food, masturbation, shit posting, video games, etc. So yeah, I had to live it up. Sue me. And but I I knew that I didn't want to stay in that zone for very long. But I found it challenging to get back on my feet because as far as like being productive on a day-to-day basis, I found that to be challenging, and it took a while. Like okay, I quit late October. I would say late October, like mid October, somewhere around there. I would say I didn't really get back on my feet as far as like structuring my day the right way until about mid December or late December, somewhere, somewhere around there. Like November was a bust. November was a bust. I swear, like that was, oh man. But the whole time I was working towards trying to trying to develop a good schedule for myself. I was working towards these things, and I was doing like little shit like just like going to the library and shit posting at the library. But look, I'm at the library. But and trying to maintain a workout schedule, just dibbling dabbling in my little productivity activities here and there. And I was still frustrated though, because that's not. I'm still dibbling and dabbling. I'm not really focused consistently. Like the same issue rears its ugly head now that I'm gonna need again. And so I begin to think. I begin to think, and what I think back to is when I had the job. And when I had this job, I was very consistent as far as showing up to work on a day-to-day basis. And I think when I was working, out of everybody that worked at one of the buildings, I was one that missed the least amount of days. I think the only day I missed was when Friender died. And that was like maybe a few months after I just started working. That was like the only day that I had missed. So I was incredibly consistent, even compared to some of the other good hardworking people there. I was the most consistent. And so I'm thinking back to this and I'm like, damn, why was it so easy for me to be consistent working this part-time job, but then it's difficult for me to be consistent when it comes to working on my own like personal development or working on my purpose, my music, content creation, etc. Why was it so much easier? And I think what it was when you have a job, there's more pressure because there's a greater expectation for you to show up. There's a greater expectation for you to be on time. It's like every day your actions are going to be viewed by somebody. Like somebody is looking into or is going to be concerned about what you're doing. So when you start slipping up, somebody's going to find out. And, I think that pressure really worked out in my favor because it it put me in a situation where I pretty much had to be consistent. And even though the thing about it was that pressure was there, but it was also incredibly easy. I would look around at the people around me and I would be wondering like, why are they complaining? Why, this shit is easy. This shit is easy as fuck. But the point is, I was thinking back to this time and I was like, you know, if I was so consistent working this part-time job, I just have to apply that same mentality to being a content creator, to my music and everything else that I'm doing in my personal life outside of working a regular job. And when I began to think about it like that, that's when things started to kind of move more smoothly for me. Because I think the reality was that all these years it was a mental block that was fucking with me. I think that I had failed to be consistent so often that it became a mental issue. Kind of like when you see with athletes, where it's like they can do a particular thing, but if they fail too many times, it'll fuck with their confidence. I forgot the exact word for it. Is it the jitters or the hiccups, something like that. But it's kind of like what happens to athletes when they can't do what they should be able to do. And that's kind of what I realized what it was. You know, it wasn't that I was incapable of being consistent. I think it was a mental thing because I had going back to when I even in my early 20s where I started this journey of like self-improvement or whatever. I had to start from scratch. So that meant a lot of failure. And, I managed to have quite a few successes along the way. But I think that consistency was always that demon that haunted me. And I think it got to the point where it became a mental thing for me. And I think the good thing about having a job that I didn't expect was that it helped me get over that mental demon of I can't be consistent because I was hella consistent with my part-time job. I was probably the most consistent motherfucker there. And so when I start looking at it like that and I applied that to my self-improvement, my being a content creator, my music, again, things started to go my way. Um, as far as being able to maintain a certain level of consistency. But that's not it. That was more so just the beginning as far as like getting started on learning how to properly structure my day as a NEET with the full day ahead of you, all like with 24 hours at your disposal. How do you use that to the best of your ability? How do you make the most of that? Because even though I'm a NEET right now, you might be a NEET, maybe you've been a NEET, maybe you'll be a NEET. While you're a NEET, I always felt like you should make the most of it. And so my goal was to structure my day to where I can be productive, I can enjoy myself, and rinse, lather, repeat. Productivity, chill, enjoyment, again and again and again. And so now I'm gonna talk about how I've structured my day throughout January. So first off, I wake up and you don't have to copy it. This is kind of like a blueprint though for anyone who's a NEET or you have a lot of free time. Like this is just kind of a blueprint, a basic framework, an idea of how you can structure your day. But I wake up generally speaking at about 12 p.m. I wake up at 12 p.m. That's when I get up. And the first thing I would do is work out. I have an alarm set for about 12 p.m. I get up. I get right the fuck up. Now sometimes I might lay in there 5 minutes, 10, but generally speaking, I get the fuck up. And one thing, one good piece of advice: get a good alarm clock. It could be an alarm on your laptop or whatever. I have an alarm app on my laptop that plays music, that any song that I pick for my playlist, and the right song will get your ass up. Something like Mass Destruction from Persona 3. Like you just knocked out and then boom, baby, 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 baby. Like you gotta jump out of the bed with that shit turned on. So get an alarm. That's pro tip right there. Get you an alarm. To help you with getting up. And also just the music and just music helps in general because it like right off the bat is kind of energizing you and you getting into it. So I'll get up, I'll do like 5 to 10 minutes of stretching, then I'll get into a workout. Also, one thing I like to do when I wake up too is to watch like a motivational video. I have a motivational video. I Let me see if I can find it real quick. Just real quick, see if I can find it. Let me lower my glasses because some porn might come up. Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Okay. Let me see. Where is it? Clips. Okay. Yeah, I have like one of my favorites. It was recommended to me by somebody that is a fan of the channel. The mind of man can lift anything. That's been my joint. That's been my joint for the whole January. Like I say about maybe like 3 or 4 days out of the week, I'll wake up, that'll be the first thing I watch. So that can help too, like just to have like have a good like short motivational video that you watch early in the morning, because right off the bat, it's putting good vibes in your mind. It's putting it's like it's reminding you of what's important to you. Like get something really good. It's like something that within 10 minutes can sum up how you want to approach every day of your life as far as like tackling life challenges, pushing yourself and handling your business. And that's one that worked extremely well for me. So I'll wake up with my alarm 12 p.m. I'll watch that video while stretching, then I'll get into a more intense workout. So I say from about 12 to 1, generally speaking, I'm working out, and push-ups, some lightweight lifting, shadow boxing, some sit-ups, etc., etc. Now, see, this is big. This is big. Now, I have a saying, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who says this, but I have a saying that goes, "Play is always better after work." Play is always better after work. So when I wake up, this is what I've done. When I wake up with my alarm 12 p.m. Yeah. But listen, it's gonna make sense when I bring it when it comes full circle. It's gonna make sense. So this has been the cornerstone of why January was so productive to me. I'm telling you, for me, from 12 to 6 p.m., those are productivity hours. From 12 to 6 p.m. productivity. Now that could mean a range of different things. What's productive to me might not be productive to you, vice versa. But when I say productivity hours, that can mean anything from working out, cleaning up, doing basic chores, um, to anything music related. Maybe 2 hours spent in FL Studio working on the beat, writing a song, editing a song. It could be general content creating business, social media stuff. I might hop on Twitter, tweet a couple times. I might hop on the Discord real quick, see what's up with the gang. Anything related to my purpose, anything related to content creation, check my emails, upload stuff like sometimes I'll write on my whiteboard, upload a beat to DistroKid, upload 3 videos to Rumble, because I'm using Rumble to back up some of my videos now. So it's like, or upload this to YouTube, make a community post. It could be fill out a job application, spend an hour researching jobs and shit. Again, anything that I consider productive, 12 to 6 p.m., a 6 hour productivity period. And initially, I was intimidated by this. But again, this is the mental aspect of it. That mental demon that was haunting me. Because it's like it's easy now, but when I first set it up for me to do it that way, I was kind of intimidated, because I was like, I gotta do this today, then tomorrow, and now it's nothing. I'm doing it like it's natural now. But the reason why I set aside the first 6 hours of my day for productivity is because one thing that I've learned is that research has shown that willpower is a finite resource. So as you go throughout the day, your willpower reserves tend to get lower and lower. As you go throughout the day, it becomes harder to not only accomplish tasks, but it becomes harder to resist temptation. Like it's easier to resist fucking up on your diet earlier during the day than it is towards the end of the day. And so learning this, I said, well, obviously it's best that I go ahead and get the hardest part of the day out of the way from the very beginning. And in fact, I never forget what Gutex, the fighting game community guy, said years ago when he used to do live streams. He said he likes to work out early in the day because it's like you're getting the hardest part of the day over with already. And so basically, the reason why I set aside the first 6 hours of the day for productivity is because one, my willpower reserves are at their maximum during this time. Now, that's not to say that you can't be productive throughout the whole day or the rest of the day. It's just that generally speaking, it's believed that our willpower is at its strongest after we first wake up. That's when we're just at our absolute best in terms of willpower. But as we go throughout the day and we got to resist this and do that and do this and resist this, it begins to weigh on us, so that when you say, okay, I'm gonna just goof off for the first half of the day, then I'm gonna be, it's harder. It's harder to do that. It's harder to wake up, masturbate, play Skyrim for 3 hours, sleep for 3 hours, get up, then say, oh, now I'm gonna do a 6. It's hard to do that than to just wake up and get right to work. And again, initially I was a little bit intimidated by setting up my schedule like that, but now, I mean, I did that for pretty much the entirety of January, and I was able to stick with it for like the first time ever. And here's the other thing too. The good thing about structuring your day that way is that maybe a little bit. The other good thing about structuring your day that way is that even if you don't do anything else for the rest of the day, like let's say 12 to 6, those are your productivity hours. You worked out, you cleaned up. Maybe you're trying to learn Japanese. You spent 2 hours learning Japanese. You spent an hour looking for a job, whatever. 6 hours. Even if you don't do anything else for the rest of the day, you got something done. And not to say that you can't do anything else for the rest of the day, but no matter what, you got something done. You put 6 hours in of getting shit done. So no matter what happens, you can just completely check out and just for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day, and you got some shit done. That's why I set aside the first 6 hours for productivity. Because no matter what, I got something done. Something got done that day, even if I ain't do nothing else. But see, here's where the real magic started kicking in, though, when I started doing this. So I would go up again, wake up, 12 p.m., work out, do this, do that. 6 o'clock comes. There were days when 6 o'clock would hit, I'm still doing shit because now I'm into it. The passion that I have for music and content creation is coming back, and I'm getting new ideas and shit. And so it's like 6 o'clock hit. No, I still want to do something. I still want to and typically like by 6 I'm tapering off, but I still want to do something. Like okay, I'm not gonna like just sit here and laser focus on making a beat, but I can be uploading something or writing something or preparing something as I'm playing Skyrim or watching YouTube videos. So I'm still like, right, I'm playing Skyrim, pause, and then I still want to. And so that's one thing that I noticed was that productivity would spill into the next part of the day that I've set aside for just chilling and relaxing. Because now I'm into it. Like, oh, shit is going now. I don't want to stop. And so what ended up happening was that, again, now productivity is spilling into my chill time. 12 to 6, productivity. 6 to about 10, 11, chill. Around 11 and 12, that's when you, if you feel like it, you know, do another like maybe 3 or 4 hour productivity session. And so now that productivity is spilling into my chill time. And then when 11 and 12 comes around, I'm even more excited to set myself up to do something else. Like, for example, I remember when I was doing the Chainsaw Man video with the lyrics, it might not seem like it, but it was annoying as fuck trying to get those words up there in Adobe Premiere. But I was up 3 in the morning. I was up 3 in the morning doing that shit, and I was like, I was already thinking I did so much that day. I was like, fuck it. But then again, like I was feeling it, so I was like, let me just start it. Look, I'll start it, and then I'll just chill the rest of the day. I finished that bitch that night. I worked from like 3 to 6 finishing that shit up, and then boom, I was ready to upload it and all that. And but that's what I noticed was that the beauty of consistency, especially when you're working on something that's personal to you, your purpose, that's what reignites passion. And I think a lot of times throughout last year, I wasn't feeling passionate about my work, and I think it was because of a lack of consistency. Because when you're not consistent, you're not having those moments, those eureka moments that come from just saying, ugh, I don't feel like doing it, but I'm gonna do it. Then you do it, and it's like, damn, like this coming together. And then, you know, and so that's what I've experienced from being more consistent with my productivity. Even when I don't feel like doing it, shit tends to happen. So, like either it's a song idea, a beat just clicks, I'm writing something and it's good, like whatever, something happens and then I get excited. And so that consistency has reignited my passion for music and content creation in a way that really hasn't been there in a while. And again, it all started with just saying the first 6 hours productivity for the rest of the day, fuck it. But again, that consistency, it got me back into it. And so now I'm working. Even after that 6 hours, I'm doing shit. Even towards when it's time to go to sleep, I find myself just, okay, let me just go ahead and do this. Let me try this. Let me try that. And so another thing that I've been doing is intermittent fasting. Now I've been doing like the lightest, the lightest version of that. So my eating window right now is from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So essentially what you have is I wake up and during my productivity time, I don't eat anything at all. And I like that. I remember I saw a video where this like Indian guru guy, he was talking about lethargy, and he said, oh yeah, if you hear the fan in the background, excuse me, my laptop just jumps up and turns the fan on out of nowhere sometimes. But he was talking about lethargy, and he said that lethargy is oftentimes the result of overeating. And you know, when I eat, I like to get down because you know, it's processed bullshit up in this house. So that's one of the good things about setting my eating time away from my, like, right after my core productivity time, is that when I wake up, I pretty much got an empty stomach. Now I drink plenty of water, but that's it. And I don't eat until 6 p.m., which is right when I'm done with my productivity. My primary productivity time. So 12 to 6, productivity 6. 6 o'clock, I look at it like a lunch break, so to speak. I get something to eat, snack, whatever, and then if I want to chill, I chill. If I want to keep working on something, I do that. But typically, I don't really get focused again until like 10 or 11, depending on like what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do. But around, like, by the time 11 hits, that's when I'm thinking, okay, let's do something else, like more in a more focused way, like something like that takes my undivided attention. I can do basic shit during my chill time. Like I can play the game and be uploading shit on Rumble or DistroKid at the same time. I can be watching YouTube videos and doing like little menial productive tasks. But focus work like that requires undivided attention, like making music and shit, I won't do that until like towards like going on like midnight. That's why I'm here now, because pretty much let me see, I've been chilling from 6 to 10:30. I just got done with another workout, a short like 30-minute workout, and I said let me stream tonight, and so that's why I'm here now. 11 o'clock I was showering and then setting this all up, and then boom boom, that's why I'm here. Great. But yeah, my eating window as far as intermittent fasting is from 6 to 2. That's easy mode. That's that's nothing extreme, but it's it's worked for me. I've noticed that it's been easier for me to keep my weight under control. That little cut to my jaw. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's why I'm looking so handsome. But yeah, I think that intermittent fasting is another intricate part of how I structure my day, because again, I think that eating does make you somewhat lethargic depending on what you eat. I think if you eat light, like an apple, some fruit, veg, whatever. But a lot of us, we tend to eat processed food and shit like that. And so when you're eating stuff like that and you're trying to be productive at the same time, you know, all that shit is going to your stomach and it's going to your brain. And I just noticed a change when I just feel like it's easier for me to focus and get shit done on it. As weird as it sounds, on an empty stomach. And then the whole philosophy behind intermittent fasting is that it gives your body more time to fully process and digest the things that you eat, etc. Some of it is kind of bro science, some of it is science, but I've always noticed that for me, it's just a eating pattern that works for me. I love it, and I've managed to stick with it for the past 2 weeks. So yeah, that was another accomplishment. And another thing too is no fat. Now I've been fapping. I just got whoa last night. Let me tell you, what was the name of that shit? What was it? What was that shit called? I ain't even. It was the artist was Climbs. Was it Climb Crown or something? Whoa. but but and I've talked about this before, but I don't really do like long stints of no fap. I do like 3-4 days of no fap. Then I'll do like, I have like a fap session, knock about 2 or 3 out. But that's basically been what I've been doing throughout the month as far as like masturbation is concerned. I'll make sure that like the main thing for me is that I'm not doing it every day. I try to at least do like no fap for like 2 to 3 to 4, maybe 5 days straight. And then I just let myself go at it. But that works for me too, because I do notice that when I'm masturbating regularly, lethargy, it just seems like it's subtle. It's not the Superman shit people talk about. At least not for me. It's subtle. Where it's like when I get up in the morning, it's like I might stay in bed that extra 5 or 10 minutes. When I'm on no fat, I'm up and I'm I'm stretching and yoga and like immediately, like it's like the little things. It just seems like the little things are easier when I'm on no fap. So that's another thing. Um, Let me see what else. And then I'll sleep around. So I sleep from about basically 6 to 12. So I only get 6 hours of sleep, generally speaking. Now, when it comes to sleep, this is probably the most like debatable part of it, because there's the whole you got to have 8 hours of sleep thing. In my experience, I've noticed, because I've survived off of 6 hours of sleep, not just last month, but for like many stints in my life. I've survived on 6 hours of sleep. And for pretty much the entirety of January, save for like 4 or 5 days, I was on 6 hours of sleep. Anywhere like I'll probably start checking in about like 5:30, and then I'm knocked out somewhere by 6:30, and then my alarm gets me up at 12. And I'm able, again, I get up, work out, 12 to 6, I'm productive, start chilling. At night, I do something else productive, and rinse, lather, repeat. And so what I'm saying is, I know sleep is a big topic, but 6 hours works for me. I can't say that it works for you or anybody else, but I know that when I look at certain celebrities who talk about sleep, you have some crazy motherfuckers like Kobe, rest in peace. And or like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I've heard some of these guys sleep like 5 hours a night. You know, I heard Michael Jordan never slept. He never so I don't know. When you get into that grind set shit, maybe that's what like you just fueled by some otherworldly shit. I don't know, but it works for me. And but I will say this, like I said, I would say about for most of the month I was on 6 hours, but I was still every now and then I would throw in a nap during like my chill time. Every now and then I throw in a nap, an hour long nap, maybe a 2 hour long nap, or there might be a day where I go to sleep earlier and then get 7 hours in. So yeah, the sleep thing again. This is bro science, Chad Marco. This is bro science, Chad Marco. So because sleep is a very sensitive topic. I know because there are people you gotta get 8 hours or you're gonna die. 8 hours or you're gonna cut 20 years off your life, like so. Take that with a grain of salt. But I've noticed throughout my life that I can function on 6 hours of sleep. Occasionally getting that 7 hours in when I want to just sleep in a little bit extra. Occasionally throwing in a nap. It works, but generally I can survive off 6 hours. So again, when you look at how my day is structured, wake up at 12 p.m. from 12 to 6 productivity. From 6 to about 10 or 11, I'm chilling. By the time 11 rolls around, I'm thinking about doing another productivity session. Now, this one will be shorter, typically about 2 to 3 hours. And so by like 2 or 3 o'clock, by that point, I'm like, okay, I can chill again until it's time to sleep, or I can do something else productive. So it just depends on how I feel. The main thing is just that first 6 hours, though. That's important. I gotta get that first 6 hours, and the rest of the day, man, do whatever. But again, when you're passionate about something and you invest time into that during that core primary period of productivity, you'll want to do more productive things throughout the day anyway. It's just natural. So I don't even have to use willpower or debate with myself about it. It's just I want to do it by then because I'm into it. Oh, remember that beat you were working on? You can finish that right now. And oh yeah, that shit was dope. Let me go finish that. I can upload that for the gang. And so I get caught up in that cycle of just wanting to get shit done anyway. But yeah, so that's pretty. And then by 5:30, I'm ready to wrap it up and go to sleep. Now, some days I would do 7 to 1. If I had to like walk my niece to the bus stop in the morning or some shit like that, then I would do 7 to 1. But generally speaking, 6 to 12, rarely 7 to 1. But the basic same structure. Yeah, and that's how a NEET should structure his day. But of course, everybody's schedule is different. Everybody's home life is different. Again, I'm just providing a basic blueprint of how I think that you can be a NEET but still get stuff done. Because again, I always felt like being a NEET doesn't mean that you got to just be sitting around gaining weight and feeling sorry for yourself and not getting anything done. During all my years as a NEET, I taught myself how to make music to the point of becoming pretty goddamn based. I got myself in shape. I was reading books, listening to audiobooks. I was learning things. I was going outside more, learning how to, socialize a bit, dealing with people, talking to people, interacting with people. And, it's different things you can use your time as a NEET for. It doesn't have to be all video games and junk food and EX hentai. You can do productive things as well. It doesn't have to be music. Maybe you want to draw. Maybe you want to have a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to spend that time, I don't know, trying to find a job. To trying to, I don't know, resell on eBay, getting into Bitcoin again. But I think it's important for your mental health to incorporate some degree of self-improvement and productivity into your lifestyle as a NEET. Because even before I got my first job, I was already doing that. Not consistently enough to where I wish I had. But that's what allowed me to still develop and grow even as I was living as a NEET. That's what helped me still mature and deal with certain personal issues that I had to, even while I was a NEET, completely stagnating in the realm of finances and vagina. So yeah, I highly recommend some level of structure. But I think the key now, what time of day you sleep, how many hours you sleep, you can freestyle that, figure that out for yourself. But the key, I think, is going to be making sure that the first couple hours of your day are dedicated to productivity every day, every day, every day, every day. And I haven't made any exceptions. I haven't made any, just every day. Unless something pops up, like just some shit you got to do. But as far as I'm concerned, if I'm a NEET and I have no obligation to anyone socially, then that first 6 hours is all about self improvement, getting shit done, productivity, cleaning up, working out, music, content creation, reading, whatever the case may be. Just doing something productive that engages my mind, allows me to push myself and challenge myself and grow and learn and do something. Yeah. Okay. So now I can talk to you guys. That was how to be a NEET. Yeah, if you mess around the entire day, you feel lazy and don't enjoy anything. You need the work aspect. Yeah, and really, I don't even like calling it work. Maybe because I'm allergic to work. I call it productivity. But yeah, and then the other thing too, though, like I said earlier, play is better after work. I find that I can relax and enjoy my gaming sessions. Like when I just want to zone out and play Skyrim for 4 or 5 hours straight, I can do it with a clear conscience, knowing that I already worked out, I cleaned up, I made a beat, checked my emails. I read something. I did. I spent a couple hours being productive. I got some shit done today, so yeah, I can chill out. So I find that not only is it good just for the sake of being productive, but it makes your overall NEET life better because even when you're chilling, you just feel more relaxed because you got something done. Now, I know some NEETs are complete savages. They don't care about nothing. So it's different for them. I know some NEETs are like you got some feral NEETs out there that have no hope, no goals, no dreams. I'm gonna be a NEET until I can't, then I'm gonna hang myself. Like motherfuckers like that. I don't know what to tell you because that was never my MO. I was never one of those savage NEETs that just didn't give a fuck about anything. I was more of a NEET because I was dealing with depression and I found it hard to infiltrate my weird ass into the workforce. Yo, Chad, you check Discord DMs every now and then. I've been better about checking in on Discord. The guys can vouch for that. I've been better about checking my emails and all of that. But if you're sending something new, it'll definitely stand out. Sometimes people send me something else. I'll check it out in a month. But if you don't send me anything regularly and you're like a new face kinda, then it'll definitely stick out and I'll notice it. Momentum is essential for every day. If you wake up and have a good morning, like straight up bullets, your entire attitude changes throughout the day and the following day. Exactly. It's a momentum thing. It's a perfect word. It's a snowball effect. And when you wake up, when you start the day on the right foot, it just seems like things tend to just go your way more often. That's why I've made such a big point out of making sure that I get up and I get busy. I roll out of bed and I'm already shadow boxing and stretching and doing push-ups and shit. Then I got my whiteboard up there where I write a list of things that I'm gonna do like right before I go to bed, or if I forget, then I'll write it. That right when I get up, I make a list of things that I'll try to get done within the initial 6 hours. Sometimes I get it all done. Sometimes I won't. Whatever I don't get done though, then I'm like, I'll just do that later on tonight or something like that. But yeah, it's great because it's kind of like that old saying. Um, what is it? What's in motion stays in motion. Whatever is in motion stay. It's kind of like that. You get up, you get in motion, and you just that's like your vibration for the rest of the day. But when you get up and the first yeah, this is the first thing you do, you know, then look, all bets are off. And again, you can kind of mix that too though. Like I know when I was preparing for the Chainsaw Man anime review, when I would wake up, I would watch a episode of Chainsaw Man. But instead of sitting down, I would be standing up and working out while I'm watching it. Um, Not doing anything where because when you're watching anime sub, you got to read the shit. So I got to do it, whatever I'm doing. I gotta make sure I can actually read the shit. So it's like I'm doing push-ups while the opening is playing, and then I get up. I'm shadow boxing while I'm watching it. I got my weights. I'm doing curls as I'm watching it. I might take a break, just stretch or something while I'm. So that way I'm mixing productivity with chilling, but then at the same time, the anime reviews is part of my content creation. So you see how shit just works out. You take something that's normally not productive watching anime, you make it productive by working out while you're watching it, and then you're also doing an anime review for it. So that's part of your channel, your YouTube channel, and all that. So, and one of my most watched videos this month was the rant I went on about Chainsaw Man. So again, finding ways to make the unproductive productive is also key. Still not smoking weed. I haven't smoked in months. I've been completely sober. I think I had like smoked a little something because I went in my little Nikola Tesla weed tray and I found like some shake enough to make like a joint like that big, and I just went ahead and just rolled it up and you know did a little sippy little. But that was like a month ago or something. But that's about it. Other than that, I've been completely sober. I just not interested. Just not really. And it's like I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Like I can go up and get some CBD or something. But I think at this point I just don't need it. I'm not saying like I'll never smoke again. But and then especially being broke as hell. God, being broke, I really just can't even afford it. But even when I could afford it, it was just nah, nah. Back to work, Wagey. I stopped drinking every day. New year, new me. I tried to avoid. I always try to avoid that whole New Year, new me thing. Um, It's funny though because I saw this Twitter post by the Toonami account, and it was like saying goodbye or rest in peace to all those failed New Year resolutions, and I was like, look, just don't have them. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing, but remember what I said some months ago. You should look at every week, damn near every day, as an opportunity to do something, as an opportunity to change. See, I was already building up momentum before January even hit. I would say I started getting into a good flow during like mid December. So by the time January came, I fell right into place because I was already preparing for it. I was already preparing myself. In fact, I mean, I'm always trying to be better. I'm always trying to do this. But I think in particular, the end of the year just happened to coincide with when I quit my job and I kind of fell into a bad flow of laziness, and I had to dig myself out of it. It just so happened that picking up steam happened towards the end of the year as I came into January. But I didn't look at January as like, okay, new year, new me. I was already building up to that anyway, and now it's all about maintaining, doing what I can do anyway. But good on the no drinking. Good on the no drinking. I I saw somebody. I saw this post, and I see shit like this every now and then. But every now and then, I'll see people giving guys shit for not drinking. Cause I don't drink at all. I don't fuck with it. And look, I'm not some straight edge guy. That's not my mo. We all have our vices. I have porn, junk food, so I'm not one to judge. But what bothers me is when people try to insult or judge someone else when they choose not to indulge in certain vices, in particular alcohol. Like the length some people would go to defend alcohol. Like I've seen some really goofy shit, man. And the fact about alcohol is this: like nobody ever suffered from not drinking alcohol. Like nobody was ever worse off because they decided not to drink alcohol, like ever, or to cut back. Nobody suffered or went down the wrong path because they were like, I'm not gonna drink. But the opposite, a lot of people who do decide to take up drinking end up dealing with a lot of health issues, being in an inebriated state where you're not in your right state of mind. Oh, let me just drive this car because I'm drunk and don't give a fuck. Oh, boom, killed 4 people. And I know that's the extreme, but I'm just saying, when I see people giving guys like me shit for not fucking with it, it's just like, it's so goofy to me. Being full sends your body into rest. It's simple biology. Damn. And that made sense. I remember, I think it was George St. Pierre when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about getting into intermittent fasting. And I think he had an example where he compared it to the lion. And he was like, when you think of a lion who wakes up hungry and is about to straight dash, hop on a zebra's back and straight slaughter that bitch. What state is he in? He's hungry. His belly is damn near empty. But physically, he's like at peak focus. He's in peak form, ready to just. Now, of course, if he don't eat for a couple days, he's about to starve out of it. But within the basic flow of a wild predator animal that's eating here and resting now and hunting then, when he's hunting, he's at peak form. And then when they eat and fill themselves up, you see them just laid out on the savannah. Right? They just laid out, little cubs just running past. Like, who cubs are these? I don't even know who. This ain't my cubs. He just laid out, belly blood and shit. And that's how I feel sometimes after eating. It's just like I just want to chill and let me just lay in bed real quick. Let me play Skyrim for about 4 or 5 hours, or take a nap for about 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, I think that it's best to reserve your biggest meal for after you've done your most productive task for the day. You don't have to do intermittent fasting. Like I think you could eat light. I think something like maybe eating like some fruit, an apple, banana, apple with peanut butter or something like that. Something light that won't really weigh you down or disrupt your flow. That's probably harmless. But McDonald's, 2 burgers, a large fry, apple pie, and a large shake, yeah. it's gonna be a little bit harder. It's gonna be a little bit harder to stay focused, man. Mm-mm-mm. Ba, ba, ba. Chad loving the podcast recently. For some reason, I only sleep 4 hours a night naturally, and it's been that way for 7 years or more. Now, see that this is Michael Jordan, Kobe over here. Look at me about to criticize this guy. I'm sitting over here 6 hours a day, but 4 hours, damn. But hey, I mean, look, if if it works for you, then who am I to say? But are you being productive too? Are you working out? Are you doing productive tasks? You know, maybe if you're not doing much throughout the day, uh, maybe you really don't need all that rest. Or maybe you got a job and you on grind set mode. Chad Marco, how you doing tonight? I'm doing great. Obviously, look at me. I got through a whole month without falling into lazy debauchery, which is a rarity. Definitely a rarity. So I had to celebrate it. I survived all of high school with 4 or 6 hours of sleep only because of 2 or 3 hour naps. Then I would wake up early and get some gaming done before school. I would be up all night. I would be up all like my sleep schedule when I was in school, all night. Toonami, Adult Swim, Girls Gone Wild, info commercials, BET Uncut, playing video games, you know, Pokemon Ruby. Then I would go to school. Any class that would let me, I would sleep. Any class. So that like half of my classes I would just be sleeping. Then I would get home, Pokemon Ruby, play the game, eat junk food, zebra cakes, Twizzlers, Cheetos, Magoozy, or Toonami, depending on what year it is. And then I'd probably go to sleep around like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., wake up around 12, 1 o'clock, boom. And that's pretty much how it was. I mean, just absolute debauchery, basically. Other than whatever class forced me to be productive. Marco, check your email. Flim says he sent oh, what? What the hell are those on your face? These are fly. Get out of here. Look at this. This is neat swagger right here. Look at these. Look at the gold trim. I eat food while I watch Chad Marco stream so I can be more productive. Wait, I eat food while Wait, since when was eating productive? Like just getting the eating out the way? I don't know. Hello, Flex. I stopped vaping and smoking ganja. I try to tell these youngins it's a waste of money, time, and energy. I always think about your future self. You know, I think, and again, I'm not Mr. Straight Edge. I'm not here to tell you guys not to smoke crack or smoke PC. All right, no, I'm playing. Don't smoke crack, but but I'm not here to tell the youngins not to smoke weed and do this and that and third. But I think it's about moderation. The key is gonna be moderation. That's the main thing. Because I talked about this extensively on the episode of the Night Walk vlog, where I was talking about why I'm glad I didn't become a stoner. And I think the problem comes when it's something that you're doing every day, and especially when you're not really in a good position in life, and you're consistently smoking and spending money to smoke. It adds up. It really does. You know, I look at some of my friends, and you know, I think it's fair to say that they smoke anywhere from some of these guys smoke anywhere from like at least $10 a weed a day. That's $70 a week, $140 every 2 weeks. And what is that? What is that? 280. So about over two, like damn near $300 a month, and that's the bare minimum. $10, like spending $10. That's really the bare minimum. So for guys that really smoke. And keep in mind though, like a lot of us, we ain't middle class. We ain't making a lot of money. Even some of my friends that work, like they could use that, at least half of that. If you cut back smoking by half, you could save like that. Like some of my friends would save like $150, $200 a month, and they need that. I need that. And so if you got it like that, then it's whatever. If you're a Wiz Khalifa type motherfucker that just got a lot, not even Wiz level. Like if you make good money, then whatever. Be a stoner. Do what you got to do. But I think for a lot of guys, like if you're not in that good position where your life is just in order, like Jordan Peterson level in order, Kevin Samuels level in order, then you might need to cut back. You need to cut back and then get to that point and then become a stoner. Then who cares if Kevin Samuels was just smoking blunts all day? He made it. Rest in peace. That's why people don't care about Wiz and Snoop smoking like that, because they handle their business. They made it. But I'm saying for like the average motherfucker who not there, you could use that extra money. You could use those brain cells for getting yourself in a better position in life. Bro, I've been watching your content for years. It's inspiring stuff, man. motivated me to work out. Hold on, let me. I gotta be very careful. I gotta be very, very careful. I don't pull up some pornography real quick. Hold up. Let's be careful, Marco. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, hold up. Let me see if I can get this shit working real quick. Okay. This is my workout motivation right here. This is my workout motivation. Let me see. Oh, hold up. Okay, hold up. Give me a second. I love this. Let me see. This is my workout motivation for you guys. Let me see if I can get this shit lined up right. Okay. Let me see. All right. Let me lift this up. Bam, bam, bam. Boom. Okay. Okay. Desktop audio. Okay, here you go. It got subtitles.
しかしていけ、直人。お前の武器はそこにある。お前の武器。俺の武器。そうか、俺の武器。銃なんかじゃない。俺の武器はまっすぐだ。Okay, we're back. That was that was Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder from hell. Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in hell.
Oh boy, I love that shit. But just remember, your weapon is your muscles, not the shotgun. That's the key to getting jacked. Good thing you decided to stream. I was gooning off for hours, losing brain cells. I think you can die if you goon off too much. I was making out with the ASMR girl on YouTube. Well, making out with making out with the ASMR girl on YouTube. Glad you decided to stream. You saved me from being a degenerate. I used to feel like that sometimes when my friends would come over. Like I'd be ready to just not do shit, and then they'll come over like, "Yo, let's record something, let's do something." And I gotta say that was one of the finer aspects of having friends is. Did I forget something? I feel like I fucked something up. I'm good, right? Okay. But that's the finer aspect of having friends. You know, sometimes they can pull you out of your bad habits sometimes, and get you outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes when I'll be alone, I would be too much in my head, and then I can spend time with some buddies, and then we kind of take my mind off things. So, you know, having friends definitely has its benefits. I can get away with 3 hours of sleep if I'm in the optimal lifestyle. I've done this for months and I had the biggest burst of energy upon waking up in which I could not go back to sleep. Goddamn, I thought I was sitting here giving you guys bad advice, like 6 hours. But whoa, wait. Make sure you talk to a doctor first. I'm sitting here all scared and shit. Like, I'm telling these guys to sleep for 6 hours. Oh. Okay. I still have an hour left to eat. I had to get that cracker in there. Okay. I love those Girls Going Wild commercials. Yeah, that was all we had. That was pretty much all we had. Oh, man. The desperation. I remember fapping to the Britney Spears Toxic video, the Khalees Milkshake video, you know, late at night on MTV and VH1 and shit like that. I mean, the desperation. And now, as far as like smut, erotica, pornography, we've come so far. I mean, it's nothing now. It's nothing. It's like it's all there. It's all there in the palm of your hands. We've come so far. We've come so far in a short amount of time, man. We've come so far. The desperation, looking at those goddamn Cinemax, HBO, softcore porn with no penetration, just boobs and butt. Oh my God, we've come so far. You know, I know pornography has a bad rap, some depending on the circles, but I had a great fap. I had a great fap last night. I'm not gonna lie about it. I had a great fap. And after I fapped, I went outside. It was to some hentai, you know, fat ugly dude raping some bitch on a train, you know, typical Japanese hentai shit, you know, right up my alley. Highly recommended. Whoa, goddamn. I can remember the name I get. It's like Climb Crown or something is the artist. Something like that. Whoa. Great shit. But I went outside and I was like, yo, that was awesome shit. Like that was like I really just enjoyed myself. You know, I just enjoyed myself. And I had a moment where I was like, damn, like pornography is kind of based, yo. It's really, this shit is kind of cool. Like when you don't overdo it, when you don't overindulge in it like a madman, and when you're not like some Christian guy who's scared God is gonna just fucking fuck you up for looking at porn. Like it works. It's a solid substitute for sex. Now maybe because I never had real sex, that maybe that's why I feel that way. But I mean, I'm like, yo, like, what do I need to have sex for if I got this shit? If I have Japanese hentai dojins, what do I need a girlfriend for? What are we talking about? But I've also been in stages where 10 hours of sleep just weren't enough and I was extremely depressed. Yet those times where it just feels like, I know, I know what you're talking about, where it's like, it's like you wake up tired. You wake up tired, take another nap, then you might be up all right for like 2 hours, then you just feel tired again. Like just feeling tired and drained for no reason. I don't know how much of it is mental or just your habits. But again, for the entirety of January, for the most part, I just haven't felt that way. There was one day where I kind of crashed out during my chill time and took like a 3 hour nap. But that just might have been because of just grinding so consistently throughout the month. But for the most part, yeah, I haven't experienced that in a while. But I know what you're talking about. Like just it's like, damn, I got 8 hours of sleep. Why am I tired after like 2 hours of being up, or 3 or 4 hours of being up? It just doesn't make sense. But again, some of it could be mental, and some of it could be just your habits. No holes, but I have Chad Senpai. Also, new album was great. Space Song, favorite track, Space Love. Space Love is definitely underrated. Nice Fraubo beat. Crack is whack. PCP, hell no. Say it with your chest blood. Thank you, Avenger Naruto. A lot of it comes to trying to fixing what's on the head and the body, and understanding that they are one and the same. Yeah, I've heard about the gut brain connection, and I remember when I was working at the medical center, there was a picture I always look at that said that talked about how exercise is the most underrated natural antidepressant. So just the way working out your body and the effect that it has on the mind. I think that working out played a big role in me overcoming my depression as well, though. Not only does it help you mentally, but of course physically, you feel better. You feel better. You feel lighter when you're out in the world. You feel stronger. You feel more capable of protecting yourself. You feel more secure as a man. You just feel good. You feel good. You feel ready. You feel loose. You feel comfortable in your own skin. Ugh. You're getting older now, Marco. Don't you have any plans? Maybe move to a new city and try to completely change your lifestyle and chase your dreams of making it in life. I have plans. I have plans. I have plans. I'll put it like that. I have plans. You ever tried some chimichangas, Marco? It's like beef burrito. Very, very cheap, good meal for neats. I probably have. I think I have like the little burritos and shit, but they're good for protein. But I'd rather just invest in a box of cup noodles. That's my preferred. I definitely prefer just a big old box of cup noodles, man. I definitely prefer that. Whatever money I put towards burritos, I think it's better spent on the cup noodles because it'll last longer. Because you can get like a big box with like, how many would be in there? Like, what, like 12? Something like 12, or think about 12 or something like that. You get a big box for like the low. But usually I make sure I invest in peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of my main like neat unbroke investments because it's versatile. You can eat it by itself. You can eat it with crackers. You can eat it in a sandwich. You can eat it with apples. There's protein. It's got nice amount of protein. It's tasty, but it's not so tasty that you eat it all up in one day. So it lasts long too. So, and it's cheap. It's one of the few things that hasn't shot up in price in the grocery stores. I got this for like $2.49 or something like that. And so, and this, a jar of peanut butter lasts me for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on how broke I am and how much food is in the house. But I go for peanut butter cup noodles. I see like stuff like burritos be more like I'm splurging a bit. Then you ever think about getting a ghostwriter? I think you fumbled the bag when the Space Love beat was good rhythm and flow, but your lyrics need work. Nah, I don't need no ghostwriter. I would never use no ghostwriter. I would never use a ghostwriter. Never ever. Never. I have no interest whatsoever in a ghostwriter. If I fumbled the bag on a lyric, then I'll just go back to the lab and improve upon that skill set. But it's no point. Ghostwriting is for me is just absolutely pointless. You look at my fan base, they enjoy it, you know. You saw a fumble, Abe some best song on the on the album. So, you know, lyrics, I'm not saying I don't have any concern about lyrics, but one thing that I've learned about and people can say what they will. But I'm gonna be honest, I think lyrics might be the most unimportant part of a song. And I'm not saying like I don't take it seriously. I'm not saying it like I don't take it seriously. But at the end of the day, you could have the most lyrical, spiritual, miracle motherfucker. But a lot of times rappers like that don't make good songs. A lot of times rappers like that, that's why you see a lot of battle rappers, they don't translate well to making songs. Lyrically, they're the elite. They're the best. But it doesn't translate to making good songs. My goal is always to make good songs. And to make a good song, you don't need to be lyrically elite. Good songs are more about production. It's more about the quality of the editing, the hooks, and the verses just need to be like good enough, really. And again, not to say I don't care, but I think my focus is more so on just the vibration of the whole song, rather than okay, I got to be lyrically like Kendrick Lamar or some shit like that. That's just not my concern. In some songs, I know that you repeat lyrics, add a lot of whoa. In the songs, I think you've had quality lyrics. The songs would sound way better. Again, I'm satisfied. You know, when I look at the project, when I listen back to it, there's always room for improvement. I could be a better producer. I could be a better this. I could be a better that. But again, when I look at it, I feel I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied for sure. I'm good with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll do. Rice is cheap too. If you learn how to cook rice, you can get your carb game up. I got a rice cooker under the bed actually. Dun, 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 dun. I expected to hear a song about escaping space and escaping Earth with my robot or space alien waifu. Amuro Remix is probably some of your best work. I know. I agree. That's my personal favorite for sure. Amuro Remix is definitely my personal favorite. I played Amuro Remix for one of my friends and he loved the fuck out of that shit. And I was like, yeah, that's the one. That's definitely the one right there. I can't wait for you to sneak in some jazz into your work one of these days. Some jazz. Yeah. Let me go listen to some jazz and sample it like everybody else does. Find some old jazz tracks and just chop it up, throw it in there. Any song you wish you can redo or don't like. I think my least favorite song is probably Giga Drill Break. Giga Drill Break because the beat for that one, I really love that beat. But it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. It was okay. You know, it was all right. But I guess for me, I wanted that song to be like the intro for the mixtape, and it just Power Suit just killed it. And the thing is, I based that pretty much just on how much I like the beat. The Power Suit beat is hot, but I really like the beat for Giga Drill Break. And I was like, this gotta be for the intro. But I think the issue with Giga Drill Break was that I didn't spend enough time writing it, I think that I rushed through the writing process because when I did pull the rip chord, I wrote it, but then I said, let me go back and write some more. And then that's when it clicked. And I think if I didn't go back and write some more, the song wouldn't have clicked the way it did. Um, the like when it clicked was, let me see, what the hell did I say? What the hell did I say? Whatever the fuck I said after I said check my Indeed. But that part right after I said check my Indeed, yeah, that's when it clicked. That part wasn't even supposed to be part of the song. The song was done, but I said, let me just go back one more time, and then that was it. And I think, had I gone back and did that with Giga Drill Break, that would have been it. That would have been it. But that was probably my least favorite one. I actually went back and tried to redo some things for it, but by that point, it was what it was. I was like, okay, it is what it is. Because I think it wasn't an issue of editing; it was an issue of I didn't spend enough time actually like writing the track. But that was the one that I would say is like not my favorite. Amaro remix is my favorite though for sure. Amaro remix, Power Suit, Final Attack. Those are my three babies. I love all my babies, but I got favorites too. How long did it take you to make these songs? It depends, but I spend it takes quite a while because with most artists they have somebody to do the editing for them, and a lot of them use other producers. So when you make the beat, write the song, record the song, edit the song yourself, that makes it like that. That's a 4-man job really, because some people don't write their own songs. Most rappers don't produce their own beats. Most rappers don't edit their own songs. Most rappers just write and rap, and some of them don't even write. They just rap. And so when you're doing all those jobs, it becomes it takes hours. I'm not the type of guy, and some of it is a lack of that special. Like some people just have that special talent for writing. You hear about rappers writing songs in like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't do that. I'm incapable. It takes me hours to write. It takes me hours to write songs. But I think that's why the quality of my music is as good as it is, because I take my time. I know what my limitations are, and so I just make sure that I take my time to make the product that I want to make. It doesn't always come out the way that I want it to, but if I can look at it and say, okay, that's what I was aiming for, then that's a job well done. Sometimes the production might not be like over the top, but if that wasn't the intention, then I don't really concern myself with it. I have a vision. I just try to make sure that the vision comes out the way I see it in my head or hear it in my mind. Definitely with No Girlfriend is the best. I think you grab different comments from people on 4chan. It adds more depth to the song because you're merging the experience. I wrote that whole song by myself. People think that I wrote that song I wrote it and posted the lyrics in a thread and then used that to make the video. I wrote that whole song myself. I think there might have been the only song that I didn't write was Chad Thundercock Part 1. That was the only song I didn't write. That was the only song. But I wrote that Feel With No Girlfriend myself. I wrote it, posted the lyrics in a thread, and then screenshotted each post, and I turned that into the lyric video. It was a creative thing. I wrote that whole song though. But people get the misconception that I somehow that thread magically came together to create that. No. It didn't come out that way. That would have been awesome, but it didn't work. It didn't work out that way. There was just some creative finesse on my part. If you can have any artist, popular or not, be featured on a song, who would you want it to be? Lil Uzi Vert. No. I take that back. Bone Thugs. Then Lil Uzi Vert. Bone Thugs first. I forgot. The only reason Lil Uzi Vert comes to mind first is because my style would clash too much with Bone Thugs. At least I think so. I think my style would clash too much. But Lil Uzi Vert, I think if we made a mixtape together, goddamn. Goddamn. I think it would be an amazing project. I think it would be an amazing project. Like famous for sure, Lil Uzi Vert. Bone Thugs, preferably Crazy Bone or Busy Bone. Just got to be honest. I love the group, but Crazy Bone, Busy Bone, Flesh, maybe Flesh, but primarily those two. Lil Uzi Vert, Eggman. Eggman number 5 for sure. Yeah, those are my dream collaborations. Those are my dream collaborations for sure. If I had to pick a female, Doja Cat. Because she light skinned. She light skinned and look like she nasty. Bye. I still recommend the ghostwriter idea. I would never use a ghostwriter. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. You gotta think about it. Using a ghostwriter, that takes money. I would never spend money to do something that I could do myself. And then on top of that, I enjoy the process. I enjoy the process of writing. I enjoy the process. I love the process too much. I think I would outsource on editing and production at the most, but the writing part of it is just too personal. I think the thing about rap and hip hop, you see, there's a whole now, ghostwriting isn't as controversial as it used to be. I think a lot more artists are open about it. So it's not as big a deal as it used to be, but I think that hip hop is kind of unique in that there's a certain level of personal. There's a realness aspect to hip hop that's unique to it as a genre, and it's not just about what you write; it's about who you are and how you present yourself. If you present yourself as being a gangster, people expect you to be that guy. I might exaggerate certain things in my raps, but I don't hide who I am as a person. And I think that, that's in line with the hip hop culture, is that I am who I am. And I think that writing is like the words that are coming out of your mouth is just, that's the beating heart. And when you give that up, it's like something is just lost there. I would equate it to like being a manga artist. Maybe you have a team helping you with drawing certain panels and whatnot to expedite the process. But when it comes to the major plot points, who's gonna die, who's gonna be the love interest that gets scooped, that the main character gets with, what the arc is gonna be about, as the primary creator, you want control over that. You want control over, because that's the heart and soul of everything. The script, the beats, that's the heart and soul. And I would never give that up. But that's just me as a true artist. Sometimes as an artist, we suffer because we won't give up certain things. And I accept that. Maybe somebody could write something better for me, but I don't want it. I don't need it. I love the process. I love the struggle. I want to stand on what I'm able to create as far as like what I write. So it's personal for me. I would never give that up. If I got to come up short because I'm not the best writer, then I want to go out on that, but I want to live and die by what I'm capable of. And the writing aspect of it is like the one thing I could never give up. I could rap on somebody else's beat. I could collaborate in production. I could let somebody edit it, But writing, that's like the one thing I can't give up. That's the heart and soul, baby. That's what's so important. But that's like that's the beating heart of the robot. Do do. I got lost. Hold up. Dun, dun. Is is it true A9's reply to the Death Feel with No Girlfriend thread asking, look, no. You talking about the Death Feel with No Girlfriend video with the lyrics, right? Now I think somebody might have replied not knowing what I was doing. Somebody but everything that was in the song that you see as a post, I wrote that. I was replying to myself because I was like, I'm going to make the video, the lyric video, in line with R9K. So it was a creative thing. It was a creative thing. That would have been just too magical for it to just come together like that. I don't think such a thing is possible. Like, people can't even get Nigger. They can't even do basic shit like that. How they gonna get a cohesive song together in line? Like, it's just nah. Chad, what about Ice Spice? I haven't heard her. I've seen her. She's obviously a very attractive, light-skinned, thick bitch. I apologize. She's obviously a very attractive, light-skinned, thick young lady. But no, I haven't heard her. I haven't heard her. I mean, no disrespect, but she looks like the type of girl that probably became popular because of her looks. If anybody, and that's me from the outside looking in. I see a very attractive, light-skinned girl shooting up in the world of hip hop. I always got to make that assumption. I hate, I don't want to be that guy, but can anybody vouch for the quality of her music is what I'm saying. I mean, if I got the wrong idea, then fuck it. But every time I see her, it's just like, it's like, to me, it just looked like, okay, this is another example of, like, we got some attractive young girl and the music probably isn't that great, but she has a look that sells itself. And so I just try not to get caught up in the whole propaganda of shit like that. That's why I avoided Tekashi 6ix9ine for so long, because I saw right through. Oh, I got rainbow hair and I'm hanging out with blood. It's like, I can see the propaganda shit so clear. Like, shit like that turns me off. So. But she is very attractive. I'll give her that. Mm-hmm. My first song I listened from you was "Couldn't Say Hello" and "Clown Words," where I fell in love with your music. Yeah, couldn't say hello. That's my personal favorite song. That's my, still to this day, that's my personal favorite, because not only is it just a dope song, but that song comes from the heart. that song really comes from the heart, because I tend to kind of overplay the whole sad boy, unrequited loser love thing, because it goes with the whole virgin robot theme. Oh, I'm so alone and girls don't like me. You guys know I don't really give a fuck about shit like that. For the most part, I'm fine being single and shit like that. But I think that "Couldn't Say Hello" just summed up, like, those feelings of inadequacies that even as someone who is okay being single, I still recognize that as much as I love myself, girls don't feel the same way about me. And understanding that is what cripples any confidence I would have to go and talk to a girl or try to get with a girl. The game is over before it even began. And, like, that song just it perfectly captures that feeling of seeing a girl you're attracted to, but knowing that you have absolutely no hope whatsoever of getting with her. And you know, obviously kind of a sad theme, but there's a realness to it. That's just it feels 100% like myself, and I think that's what's so beautiful about it. Ice Spice is trash. She just got clout for being a big booty ginger girl. Okay, and see that's that's what I'm saying. I'm just worried. I don't want to be like, oh, booty. I say this with all due respect because I don't know her personally, but girls that look like that, most of the time they be toxic as fuck. Like she's obviously attractive, but when I see a girl like that, the first thought on my mind after, you know, the nasty stuff is like, she got to be crazy. It's no way you're gonna have a mature, chill relationship with a girl who looks like this. It's just not gonna happen. You about to y'all about to be fighting and arguing, going through each other's phones. The police gonna get involved. Like I'm telling you, man, if a girl look like that, most of the time it's gonna be a toxic relationship. I don't know why. It's just that look. You're not gonna have a chill relationship like that. She's not good at rapping. Oh wait, a lot of doomer rockers. Not enough neat, not enough neat rappers, yo. Not enough virgin rappers. I think that's the real tragedy. We need more incel, like real incel motherfuckers, like some wizard. You know, I got the wizard thing down. The MGTOW game. I got the MGTOW lane on lock. The anime lane on lock. You know, but we need some more thoroughbred incels in here, bro. I'm talking thoroughbred. I'm like some real sad motherfuckers. I'm too happy. Y'all know, like, I do the sad boy shit for fun and to kind of reminisce on like like my darker past and shit like that. But I'm a happy motherfucker. We need a real you know you got like real killers in the game, like real I killed motherfuckers. I really sold drugs. We need some real sad suicidal incel niggas. I'll take them under my wing and show them the ropes. She's not good at rapping, but now she's making millions just because she has a big ass. That's yeah. I mean, that's the game though now. I mean, you ain't even got to be a rapper. You could be a Twitch streamer. You could be an OnlyFans girl. You could be a girl. You could be an Instagram girl, a Twitter. You know, cute, big ass, but sex sells. You know, I'm not knocking the hustle. You know, I'm just saying I know how shit work. And when I looked at her, I'm just like, she looked like, okay, she's attractive. And that probably was really catapulted her to the position that she's in. Would she be in the same position she's in if she was a fat, sloppy, orc looking bitch? I don't think so. Or if she was looking like Young M.A., I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, you look at someone like Young M.A., you know, she's a very masculine, she's a very masculine girl. So she wasn't going to get by on looks. Now, part of her appeal was that, you know, she was this masculine lesbian chick. That was her gimmick. But I think, you know, to a certain degree, people respected the fact that she came to the game with some hard shit. She was rapping hard. She was going hard. So it was a little gimmicky, but, you know, them bars were real. But I think when a girl is very attractive like Ice Spice, it's like, you know, I could probably ghost write for a girl like that and have her, you know, doing just enough to ride off the, you know, her attractiveness. So I heard her song, she can rap on the beat, but she was a media. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, man. That's kind of what I figured. Why you keep asking about my dick, Kisame? God damn. Someone, please. I don't know why Kisame has this obsession with my penis and wanting to know the exact size of it. It's a small dick, What do you want? Lord, I got a small dick. I can't have a small penis in peace. I gotta break down the exact measurements. I gotta go from centimeter to centimeter to the 0.00.1 and oh boy. You know what? I'll tell you this: if I ever lose my virginity, ask the girl, ask the girl that yeah, ask ask her about it. Okay. That was how to be. How long have I been out here? Long enough. That was how to be a neat. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a great time chopping it up with the gang. I can't stop doing this. I don't know when the next time I'll be doing this. Hopefully I won't have to. Hopefully I'll actually get a job next time I apply for one. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to try to do like a face stream at least like once a month going into the future, since these tend to get people all excited and shit. But yeah, so you might see me again sometime. Oh, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I think there'll be I might pop up for Valentine's Day, do a stream then. But hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and I'll be around with these crackers. So